Hello everyone, welcome you all in this session. Myself, Assistant Professor Ripal Gupta from LG School of Law. So today I am going to take the subject of administrative law, and in which I am going to discuss about the pure administrative function and their classification. So in my previous session we have discussed about the administrative functions, where we have discussed about their variety kind of functions that they have included in their own part, their functioning part, where they have to perform the quasi-judicial functions, where they have to perform the quasi-legislative functions. So now we'll discuss their pure administrative functions. So here there are three types of classification of pure administrative function. First is administrative discretion, second is ministerial action, and third is administrative instruction. So let us start with the administrative discretion. So first of all, understand what is discretion. Discretion means when you have to choose something that are available options with you, when you to choose best for you. The same way, the administrative authorities has certain discretionary power when they are performing their part or functioning their part. So here they have to choose what is right and wrong, what is false and truth, what is bad and good. Amongst them they have to choose the right thing for enforcement of their work or the functioning part of their work. They have to work according to the needs of the authorities or the legislative authorities to enforcement of the law. So here when the government allotted certain powers to the administrative authorities, they are also giving them powers that are discretionary powers, which is again a pure administrative work. When they are using their discretionary powers for their functioning part, it is their pure administrative work. So no government can stop the administrative authorities to you for using their own discretionary powers. Here, if you are allotting certain kind of work to one authority, you are not giving them only work, you are also giving them power to do certain kind of work if they are facing some problem while executing that law. For the same way, for execution of law, the administrative authority has power to make certain rules and regulation and bylaws for implementing or executing certain kind of laws, or they can use powers they can impose penalties or fines. So these are their administrative discretion, where they have to perform the work for execution of work. So they have the discretionary powers. So whenever they are using that discretionary powers, it is under the pure administrative work, because for the functioning of that part, they have some kind of powers in their hand while they execute the laws. Same way, if election commission is performing their part in any state by conducting elections, and if they are finding any problems by the problems in executing the laws made by the parliament, and for the enforcement of that laws, if they are adopting some discretionary powers, it is a pure administrative work and it is a permissible under that arena. But they have to see that they cannot use the arbitrariness in that, they cannot ultra-vires their powers. So yes, under the permissible limits, they have discretionary powers. Second is ministerial action. In ministerial action, says that whenever any ministry or any government has given certain guidelines to the administrative authorities that they have to follow it and they cannot make any kind of change in it, you have to blindly adopt it and have to follow it. That is called ministerial action. And in this particular task, the administrative authorities does not have any kind of wish to work it according to their own way. They have to follow that way given by the ministries or by the government. For example, in the demonetization, where the guidelines were given by the government, they have to followed by the executives when they are functioning their part. They have to follow the guidelines given by the government. They cannot change according to their own wish, just they have to follow it. So when there is a ministerial action and when the authorities are bound by to follow it, they cannot make a single change over here. In their procedures too, they cannot make their discretionary powers over here, but that just they have to follow it. So in ministerial action, administrative authorities does not have power to make any kind of instruction or use any kind of discretionary powers, or may not make any kind of rules and regulation. But whatever guidelines given by the ministries or the government, they have to blindly follow it. And the last is administrative instruction. In this instruction part, the instructions are given by the general executives to the administrative authorities. Here what happened, the government had given some work to the administrative authorities, and now for making at ease on their own part, they prepared certain instructions which are parallel to that particular law to just execute that particular guidelines or law. So they make instruction for themselves. So it is called administrative instruction, which is permissible again, and it is a pure administrative work where they make guidelines for themselves. So again, it does not have any kind of law enforcement and law recognition, but yes, for themselves they can make administrative instruction. It is a permissible again. So now here we'll discuss certain case laws where Supreme Court had opined about the working style or the permissible working of administrative work. So we'll discuss the A.K. Khari Park v. Union of India. In this case, it was there was an issue whether administrative authorities can be prosecuted for the infringement of natural justice or not. So here Supreme Court said that even administrative authority has to take care of natural justice principles when they are taking any or they are adopting any procedure for executing their work. They have to follow the natural justice and to respect the people's right. So even the administrative authorities are under the arena of this natural justice and the rights of the people when they are executing their work. So they have to see that they are working or execute the work in proper within that boundary, that they cannot infringe the people's right or cannot infringe the natural justice principles. So in this case, Supreme Court says that even the working or the pure administrative work is under the natural justice principles, and they have to follow these principles when they are executing their work. Second case is Amitabh Srivastava versus State of Madhya Pradesh. In this case, the administrative authorities has made guidelines or in the administrative instruction for themselves, which are and through which they have modified statutory rules over here. So that was the issue in the court, whether this administrative instruction can modify the statutory rules or not. So here Supreme Court says that yes, administrative instruction has permissible power, that they can, for the execution of the law, they can modify the statutory rules, but they cannot make the changes in the substantial law. So here in administrative instruction, for complying with the law, they can make parallel changes in the administrative instruction which are equal to the law, but they cannot change the law over here. If their rules make the changes in the law, it is not permissible. But if it is a parallel to the law, just they are modified for the ease at the work or for the functioning part of their work, they can do it. So administrative instruction has wider power, that for the functioning part they can make rules and regulation which may modify the statutory rules. So today we have discussed about the pure administrative work, which includes three elements. First is administrative discretion, where they have power to use their discretionary powers. Second is ministerial action. In ministerial action, they do not have any kind of power. They cannot wish according to their own. They cannot work according to their own wish. They have to just follow or abide by the laws made by the ministry or the government. And last is administrative instruction, where they have power to make their own instruction for themselves, which have no legal binding or law enforcement, but they are permissible in their own limits. See, these are the pure administrative work. Thank you.